Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back in another video. My mum has gone to London, so I have the house pretty much to myself except for the dog, which anyone who's seen some of my other videos or knows enough about me will probably know. I love having the house to myself because it means I can focus, there's less distractions, and that sort of thing, and I have so many goals. The only thing that distracts me is myself, I suppose, with having so many goals and trying to take on too much, and also if I'm negative or anything like that, or if I wake up too late, or if I go to sleep too much, or things like that. So they're the only things. I suppose it's only myself. It's on myself to not distract myself. But yeah, I don't get anyone calling me saying, "Michael, can you bring this? Can you do this? Can you do that?" Or distracting me when I'm most trying to focus, or coming into the room when I'm trying to do videos and distracting me, or when I'm trying to write or stuff like that. So I do love to have the house to myself a lot of time. Especially, yeah, if I could avoid writer's block or things like that, and if I can make decisions and not try and take too much on, then I think I'd get a lot more done. Anywho, on to the topic of this video. As I say, I was going to say, sorry, also that I was going to watch TV, my Smart Hub TV, on YouTube, on the Smart Hub TV, which is a nice big 65-inch screen, which for some reason feels a lot better than watching on my laptop. Also saves electricity, doesn't save electricity, but it saves my laptop from possibly being overused, because I want to be able to make use of it for a longer time. So, but I was thinking, what am I going to watch on YouTube? And I sort of almost know that I've watched almost all I can on YouTube before it gets boring. So I think if I watch so much, it's going to be. Sometimes I like to watch scary videos. I don't know why, but even though I'm easily scared. Anyway, I decided. I thought that instead of wasting that time and then sitting around and thinking, I've wasted this opportunity of me time, being alone and being able to focus. I say I'm not 100% alone because the dogs with me, but which I think if I lived alone, I probably would need like security or something like a security system to feel safe, like like those internal CCTV sort of things, like ring cameras or whatever they're called, just to feel safe, I think. But yeah, as I say, I think you get the point. I do love sometimes to be on my own, so at least I can focus. And if I lived on my own, I would be able to focus as much as possible with minimal distractions. And I think that is the reason why I love to be alone. Anywho, I think I've waffled enough about that. So I just wanted to say like how I didn't want to waste time, and I want to make the most use of this day till my mum comes back in the evening. So hopefully I'll have a lot of writing done, a lot of plans done, goals, aims, objectives, YouTube videos, and things like that. And probably some Facebook live streams. I'm going to crack on anyway. Sorry if I do waffle. I'd love to hear what you think. I was going to say here in the UK it's already 11 o'clock because I woke up like 10 o'clock. So unfortunately, I was very tired. I couldn't get out of bed for a long time. I suppose going to sleep late doesn't really help. But I'm using my ring light. I don't know if you can tell, but it does still feel a bit dim. I suppose because I'm a bit cold, I've left some of the blinds closed and things like that. So that probably doesn't help. But I've opened one or two because it's to get a bit of light in. But anyway, I do apologise for waffling, but I'd love to hear what you think about The Secret or Law of Attraction. Have you heard of it? Do you know what it's about? Have you used it? Have you tried it? Do you think it's a load of baloney? Do you think it's factual? Do you think it really works? Do you think that people try it and then give up too easily? Do you think that you have to put action into it or whatnot? It doesn't just work by itself, or do you think there is, as I say, do you think there is some merit to it? I'd just love to know any thoughts you have about Secret or Law of Attraction, or any questions you have on it. I've heard a bit about it, but yeah, I know. I effectively know the. I watched a video about it a long time ago on DVD before I even used YouTube, actually. So it was a heck of a long time ago. But I sort of vaguely remember the premise of it, which is that you attract what you think about. So if you think of negative things, you are likely to get negative results. If you think of positive things, you are likely to get positive results, and that sort of thing, basically. So that's what Secret is about, for anyone who hasn't heard of it or doesn't know about it. Sorry about my hair. I think I need a haircut, even though I'm balding. I don't know how that works. I don't know how, like when I go swimming or whatever, my hair gets really wet and needs a long time to dry, and I need to use a hair dryer. And I was saying to someone in the change rooms, like, how come I still, even though it's balding, I still need to use a hair dryer? And they were like, yeah, I can't remember what they said. It just needs a little blow. That probably could have come across very wrong, but I don't think they meant it like that. When I used to go swimming, because I don't really go anymore because it's so tiring, it was like, obviously it was in cubicles, but it was unisex. So anyway, this was a lady who said, yeah, it just needs a little blow. But I thought, think about it, that could be taken on my. Anyway, I do go off topic. I do apologize. I do go off topic, don't I? But I'd love to hear what you think generally on, I'd say, this video. I hope you won't be too harsh, as I often say. And I'd love to hear what you think about, do you like being alone as well, on that note as well? And also the secret, as I say, well, the law of attraction, which is what the secret is based on. Do you think that by focusing on something negative, you get negative results, and focusing on something positive, you get positive results? I struggle to sort of think that. Being a bit of quite a pessimist myself, I struggle to sort of think positively and think that things will just work out. But I think even Donald Trump probably uses this. I think he calls it the power of positive thinking. So I think that's pretty much the same thing. So basically, yeah, if you think positive, you get positive results and that sort of thing. So yeah, I'd love to hear, have you tried it? And do you think it works? And do you think that people probably try it and then give up too easily if it doesn't work for them, or whatever else you want to comment about that? But on the subject of this video specifically, which I'm probably not doing very well at staying on topic, so please forgive me again, I want to talk about, as a fan of Italian football, probably trying out, even though I'm a pessimist, I struggle to really focus on it and believe in it. But back in 1992, of course, when I was 10 years old, you can work out how old I am now, I suppose, but when I was 10 years old, I didn't really follow much football, but tracing the story back, I didn't know at the time, but tracing the story back, and I didn't know how big this story was, but it's the only time that this has happened in history. Denmark won the Euros, even though they didn't initially qualify, because a team was kicked out for being involved in war. I think it was Serbia, when they broke away from Yugoslavia or something like that. If anyone knows the story in more detail, please post below. I know you can probably Google it anyway, but yeah, if you Google any links or anything like that, because I'm a bit lazy. But on a serious, again, probably shouldn't say that because it becomes, if I'm talking about the secret or law of attraction and that kind of thing, the secret / law of attraction, which is the same thing, really. Anyway, in this case, but yeah, getting to the point, or trying to, in 92, I would say Denmark won the Euros, even though they didn't initially qualify due to a war. So I thought it'd be quite strange. It would be a strange sort of, I don't know, coincidence is the right word. It would be a really cool story if Italy did the same thing, but this time at the World Cup instead of the Euros. It's never happened in the World Cup. It's only happened once in history, as far as I'm aware, and that was in the Euros. But yeah, if, like, due to the war going on with Russia and the political landscape, what if, say, Iran or Serbia or both were kicked out and two new teams got their place, and one of them was Italy, and we I'll say as a fan, I know things speech marks, went on to win the World Cup after not even qualifying initially, and that would be almost exactly 30 years. I said 40 then. It'll be almost exactly 30 years since Denmark did that in the Euros. It would also be, funny enough, 40 years since, come to think of it, Italy won the World Cup. I know because I was born in that year, so unfortunately I'm 40, believe it or not. I know I might not be very mature for 40. I'm young. I'm immature or young at heart. I'll probably prefer to say the latter. But yeah, I think it would be pretty cool if Italy did that, and as I say, won at the World Cup. And yeah, I wonder if I could try and visualize it, or just by discussing the story, maybe even if it could somehow come to fruition. But yeah, I know I mentioned it before, like a while back. It would feel a bit kind of dirty in a way. Dirty is the right word, probably a bit strong word, but I mean, yeah, for want of a better word, it would feel a bit dirty to win in that way because we didn't actually qualify. But yeah, I think it would be quite interesting. I hope people from Iran, if they ever stumble across this video, and of course Serbia, do not find my video offensive. As a fan of Italian football, I just think it would be pretty interesting, possibly from my point of view, dare I say, quite cool if Italy could do that. Although I would have preferred us to win by qualifying in the first place, but it would be a cool story. In some ways, it would be even better in a way. It'd be like coming from behind in a game where you're losing, basically you're losing, obviously, and then you go and win the game that would sort of feels better in some ways than when you went into the league in the first place, because you didn't expect to win. I think that's probably why. But I'd love to know what you think about that as well, or anything you want to comment about The Secret, the law of attraction, Italian football generally, this video. Again, hopefully it won't be too harsh. I know I probably waffle a lot, but or whether this would be something that you'd find an interesting thing to happen, or an interesting story. Or yeah, whether if you're a sports fan generally, do you think it's better when your team actually has to come from behind? Although obviously when you are behind, it doesn't feel so good. If you're really passionate about sports and you're a competitive sod like me, you wanna, as someone who wants to win, I feel bad when my team goes behind, but the team I love goes behind. But at the same time, it sometimes feels better if you win that way. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling, and sorry if it went on a bit long, and I'd love to hear what you think. Peace and love.